Welcome, my darlings. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome in. Come on in. When you get situated in the video, just do me a favor, take a really deep breath. And just, release your day, release the struggles, the worries on your mind, particularly if they are financial worries. We're going to do this prosperity reading. I feel like what I want to do with this playlist over the coming year is it's more than just, none of my tarot is just tarot. It's not like I just want to lay down cards and, be like, oh, it's the Four of Cups. You need to stop rejecting the hand of God. Oh, it's justice. Fairness is coming. I don't want to do that. I want to read deeper all the time because what I want to put out energetically and emotionally to you all is something that you can grab onto and help change your own lives. Take what's on the table, but also take the energy that's being sent out. Take the wisdom that I channel, to change and to move forward this year. And with prosperity and money in particular, it's time for us to really kind of make a break between traditional societal money ideas and more spiritual ones that fall into manifestation and, poverty mindsets, breaking free of that sort of thing. Always remember, though, that these are general readings. My advice is just my opinions channeled through my experience with my guides. You have to do you. You have to listen to your heart, your soul. The best advice I will ever give anyone is connect yourself with that which you know is God as seamlessly as you're able to do, because that's what's going to direct you in your life the most true and the most profoundly. All that being said, let's get to some cards and see what Spirit wants to say about money today. We got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck here. I've already shuffled and cut the deck, which is rare for me. I usually do that while we're chatting, but it's all ready to go. So we got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. The King of Swords is straight. He's a straight shooter. He knows the truth and he speaks the truth. Beneath that we have, the lovers. Oh, the lovers are here. It's hard for me to shake the soulmate energy because that's so deep on the channel. We got Justice and the Hierophant. Ending over here with the Knight of Cups. This is the underlying energy. I feel like because this is a prosperity reading, what I'm getting here, though, is speaking the truth. Partnerships, not necessarily even romantic partnerships. Like Amy and I, we're partnered in our financial areas as well. We support one another in all the ways that, partnership supports one another. We're friends, we're not married, we're not lovers, anything like that, but that's valid and something that I would like to put out to you. If you have a close friend, if you've had a childhood friend all your life, a cousin, a sister, something of that nature, those kind of partnerships are very valid. And I think as we go into this new era of more light, I feel like these relationships are going to come to the surface more and more and be more and more profound. They don't have to be your big, deep, heavy romantic soulmates, but soulmates can be platonic. Justice and balance is coming. This is the 11 card. Again, this is two people coming together. This can be your partnership between you and Spirit, but there is a partnership situation going on with your money. Maybe you're married. I'm not sure exactly what it is. This is just the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant is a lot of times is traditional thinking. It's the way we've always done things, kind of an energy. So with that being our starting energy, the King of Swords, the main energy of the reading ahead, we shall flip the deck over and see what our actual reading is. If I can get the first card to come off the top of the deck. It's not even one card, it's two cards. Okay, hold on. Wow. These two really wanted to come out together. There we go. How funny. They're the 4 and 5 of Pentacles. But actually they were like this. They were reversed. They were not. Okay, let's keep pulling cards. We've got the Moon. These cards are big. We've got the Tower, which can be a good thing, particularly in a prosperity reading. And the Ten of Swords also can be a really good thing in a prosperity reading because, you know, we want to put an end to things that don't serve us, especially where money's concerned. And I think, you know, times being what they are, money could either be going amazingly well for you, but then I don't think you'd be watching Prosperity Tarot. Money is most likely tight and you're struggling and you're not sure which end is up. And I get that because I've lived that for a very long time. I get that energy. And that's sort of when I draw these, I kind of want to draw these into that energy of people that are struggling because I want to help you come out of that. I want to help you get to where, like I am now. It's not like I'm rolling in money, but I have this ease about me in my relationship with money anymore. And I find that, you know, manifestation, all the needs are covered, you know, and that's a good place to be in. It's not chaotic. The money of my past was always very chaotic. So I feel like the Five of Pentacles is, you know, oftentimes it's somebody being left out in the cold. I feel like we're going to draw some more cards, obviously, to clarify these. But I feel like with that one, I feel like it's like you don't feel like you can do the things you want to do because you don't have enough money for it. And the reason, part of the reason for that is, you know, this Four of Pentacles, which is the card of the miser. And I'm not calling you a miser. You're probably trying to be careful with your money. But the Four of Pentacles can be a little overly mine. You know, being very careful and not spending money because almost you're afraid to. There is a lot that's, it's, the Moon card is, you know, it's hidden energy, it's spiritual energy. I feel like you're not really seeing, you're looking on the surface a lot with your money and you're not looking below that into the spiritual aspects. A lot of people don't even think there is a spiritual aspect to money, but I see that there is. I believe that there is. You know, the Tower can be a good thing. I mean, it doesn't look good for this poor goose here, but the Tower can actually be a good thing, especially if it's bringing an end to the poverty. You know, and that's all I'm getting off of this. This is an end to the way you're doing money now, moving into a much more victorious state, a much more abundant state, a much more prosperous state. I'm going to grab a different deck to clarify. We're going to go with Tarot of the Divine. Let me just give this a shuffle. I have not used this deck today in any readings, so it's fresh, but I'm going to wake it up a little bit. Let's just give it a couple of quick shuffles. The energy feels a little tense, and it could just be because of the topic matter. So why don't you take another deep breath for me? Let's all take a deep breath together, okay? Loosen up the energy. In the background, I've got some jazz music playing. It's actually a soundtrack from Port Orleans, French Quarter, over here at Disney World. Music in the background tends to be YouTube videos of the Disney World playlists, because I find the music soothing and comforting and helps me get really connected. So I love that. I'm remembering my fond days at Disney. Anymore, they're a little bittersweet, we'll just say. But, you know, I have a lot of very fond, beautiful Disney memories. And so I like having this music on in the background. Oh, look at that. The bottom of the clarifying deck, we have the Sun. This will be okay. You can move through this unknown, through the Tower, to the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, I keep seeing this, like the energy on this is like, this is a big, deep, heavy sigh. It's over. Thank God it's over. The Tower is going to bring an end to your lack, if you will. The Tower is going to bring an end to how you're doing money right now, the struggle of it. The Tower is most likely a change in mindset, is what I'm feeling off of that the most. But let's go ahead and start clarifying. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. On top of the Moon, we have the Five of Wands And the Queen of Cups. Love is always the answer. That's what I think of when I see the Queen of Cups. It's always like love is always the answer. You've got the Hermit and the Magician. I love that on top of the Tower. That's fantastic. I should probably move this way. I know I'm like kind of running off the edge of the table. Pardon me while I adjust the cards for just a moment. And don't forget, we've got the Sun on the bottom here. This is a good journey to take. This is going to be okay. Justice on top of the Ten of Swords. That is like the perfect card to have show up there. I love it. And the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny. You know what? Y'all are going to be just fine. Y'all are going to be just fine. You're going to learn a new way to handle your money. And, oh, look, the deck split. You're going to have choices. Okay, you're going to have choices that you're going to have to make. And some of them are going to be hard choices. Especially when we're talking about moving out of a more traditional, the Hierophant was on the bottom of that deck, a more traditional sort of understanding of money into maybe a more spiritual understanding of money. There are hard choices to be made in that. And again, you do you. You do what feels right to you. You do what you're comfortable with. This is your money and your life. But what I would say to you based on these cards and based on my own experience, wisdom, and understanding as well, the universe is very generous. And getting in flow with the generosity of the universe is difficult. It's an entirely different energy to live in, and it doesn't mean that you're going to be a millionaire overnight, but it does mean that you will stop worrying and being up all night about money, and you will stop bickering and having petty fights about money. We saw the partnership card earlier, and I've got the ridiculous arguing card in here. What I don't see though are the language alert. The mindfuck card is not here, so that's good. The 9 of Swords isn't here either, and the 10 is here in such a positive way. And this is a really positive reading. The clarifiers on our 5-4 of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands in this deck, I cannot remember this little kid's name. He's the and his magic fly swatter. He manifests things. He uses his imagination to manifest things. I'm gonna read you his story out of here because I think it's very relevant to this reading. Sorry. No, I can't get the page to turn. I want to come back also and read to you that one as well. Well, sorry y'all. I'm looking for the Page of Wands. Where are you, Page? There you are. Sheesh. All right, so Page of Wands. This is Mwindo from the Republic of the Congo. It's a Nyanga mythology. The Page of Wands represents a childlike optimism and carefree rebellion. For Mwindo, every situation is made fun by a swish of his magical fly swatter. He makes many enemies, but just as many friends who help him on his journey. The card represents playfulness, charisma, discovery, a rogue, and enthusiasm. And what I want to do here also is just talk really quick about this particular Knight of Swords. This is Hang Tuah, which is a Malaysian legend. The Knight of Swords is a strong and assertive warrior. Hang Tuah, an intelligent soldier, is unafraid of leaping into battle and employing unconventional techniques to win. He is rebellious, loyal, and a fierce champion. What that's saying to me here is you are sitting currently in this state of feeling left out, like you can't cover all your bills, or you can't go and do the fun things that you want to do. You never quite make ends meet. You never quite get ahead. That kind of energy is coming off of this. And because of that, you've gotten a little misery. You hold on to your money because you're trying to be careful. You're trying to be responsible. You're trying to do the right thing, but you're holding on a little bit tight. And what I feel that God is saying here is you are a brave warrior in this landscape of money. And you need to use some unconventional techniques to win this battle. And the battle for you is to move into a place of ease and manifestation and abundance. And the Page of Wands, this particular little guy here, you know, he uses a childlike imagination, a childlike wonder. You have to take yourself back to that because, you know, as an adult, we've learned to fear money. We've learned to fear the consequences of not having money. We've learned to fear a lot of things in money. These cards here are talking about bravery and, you know, be a bit of a Pollyanna about your money. Have a positive outlook and aspect to it. I would even suggest set aside, I'm not here to give you financial advice, but I can see having a particular amount of money each paycheck, each month, whatever, that you spend in ways that just make you happy for no other reason than it made you happy. Whether that's giving something to somebody else, if it's a charity kind of a situation, or it's buying yourself something fun, perhaps cute little glass starfish. You know, whatever it is, I would suggest doing that to loosen you. That will help loosen you up just a little bit. Because going forward, we have the moon. The moon is hidden energy, but I think you're afraid to look. A lot of times we get afraid to look at our own money situation and being really honest with it. And because of that, and there's arguments and silly battles going on. This is either you against the financial institution or you with a partner. I say that because of the Lovers card in the early on in the reading. But this is, be careful. Don't let this money stuff, whatever it is, tear you down. This card is, I say it every single time it shows up, this is, you know, winning the battle but losing the war. Be careful with what you're giving your energy to right now, especially in an egregious? No. In like an aggravated sort of sense. Because love wins the day. You got the Queen of Cups here. This is the answer to it. Be in love. Be in your love. Be in your divine love. Okay? And spread that out to the world. Because love is more important than money. You know, always pick cups over pentacles. Cups will win pentacles hands down every single time. There's a tower moment coming if you're wanting it. If you want to move to something different with money, if you want to move to a different ideology, if you want to move to something that feels more true to you, there's a tower moment in that coming. But the great thing about that is it's you kind of drawing into yourself and really learning, realizing, and understanding that you have all the tools that you need. You probably have all the financial wisdom that you need. All you need to add to this is some spiritual wisdom. And the Magician, you know, this is like a quiet study, gathering your tools for the alchemy that you need to perform. And the Magician is the alchemy card. It is the, you know, the magic. You have these two cards together on top of the tower. It tells me you have everything that you need to completely transform your situation. Completely transform it. Because when you come out of this, the old situation, and I read this as this is the situation where bills are never paid, money's always tight, there's arguments between you and your partner, spouse, loved one over money, there's money between you and bill collectors, there's a lot of arguing and just unsettled, unfriendly, unkind, inhibiting, wow, I can't talk today, inhibitive energy that keeps you stuck, energy that keeps you in fear. That's what's got you, and we're gonna break you out of that with this process, because on top of this Ten of Swords, you've got justice and you've got destiny. It is not your destiny to be poor and struggling with money all the time. It just isn't. It just is not. I am going to draw a couple more cards actually with the Light Seer deck, with the little Light Seer deck, because I want to show you something. And I do believe that this is the deck that's going to show it. I'm having a weird moment because it's like, I know there's something that you need to see. I don't entirely know what it is. I feel that. So I want to show it to you. Maybe it's a why you need to go on this journey. I'm not sure. We're going to lay down cards that don't, I'm not clarifying this anymore. These are, complete emotional fulfillment. Because really, when you're able to get past all the muck on the money, when you can really learn, understand, see, accept, acknowledge, embrace the fact that spirit always has your back, and it's always going to work out if you follow your gut and your instincts on how to handle your money. It always works out. And when you can let go of all of the expectations of the culture, of our society and everything, your heart's just going to open up, and you are going to be so happy. Look at this treasure chest down here. That's a treasure chest waiting for you. After the tower. After the tower. I'm not going to go farther on those, because what I want to do is I want to show you something from up top. Anyway, like I said, this is not more clarifying on this. This is separate 3 cards that I'm pulling right now. We've got the Hanged Man, Justice again, and the Two of Cups. There is a moment of enlightenment coming for you in this area, in the arena of money. There's a moment of enlightenment coming. This is a huge epiphany sparking out of her third eye. This is spiritual. I know that we're talking about money, but this is spiritual. And that's the thing that you have to understand. Money is spiritual. Money isn't actually real. It's an energy. It's a tool. It's something we trade back and forward. Justice and balance. And when I feel this card in this reading, this is like complete and total stability in your life. This is the foundation. This is the foundation of which you will build your future on, is this balanced, fair justice, because this is no longer going to be this right now is wrecking complete havoc and instability in your life, because you are trying to play a game that was set up unfair, that isn't meant for you to particularly play. And then we've got the Two of Cups, which is a union. In this instance, in these cards, I feel like this is a union between you and spirit. This is a union between you and spirit that is just going to paint so much color into your life. There's bliss and joy and love and romance and family and all the stuff. This is blocking a lot of that from coming into your life fully. But you need to, first off, you need to have this epiphany. You need to have a real true epiphany on money. So what I would suggest, you do you, but what I would suggest is you need to take some time in meditation to really clear away the stuff that's on the surface, the stuff that society tells you. Just don't read any more articles on how to manage your finances. Take a minute, take a breath, be brave, be a little bit Pollyanna-ish, be an innocent child, be a brave warrior at the same time, and really take a look at what's going on in your financial situation and find a way to open up right here. Find a way to open up and move forward, because I feel like, let me see, how does she, I'm sorry, I called you a she. How do you move forward from here? We've got the Knight of Wands, that's passionate fire energy, and the Seven of Cups, which is making decisions. But you know what? After that, this isn't, I'm going to pull both of these cards out. Oh my gosh, I'm going to pull all 3 of these cards out. Bear with me. My readings do get a bit messy at times. So in asking how you do this, we've got the Knight of Wands. That's uninhibited, passionate fire energy. I've been advising people a lot lately to indulge in their creative sides. You might just need a distraction from the money. And maybe that thing that you do that's just joyful for yourself might be art supplies. I do a color and chat here a few times a week. Get some coloring books and come color with me. You do have decisions to make, though, and I feel like the decision is, are you going to trust spirit and move into a more spiritual direction with how you handle manifestation and budgeting and, all of a sudden the Ferengi from Star Trek came to mind. What is it that the great golden continuum, whatever they have this. I wish I had my phone here. I would look it up for you. Look it up. They have like the Great Continuum, something like that in the Ferengi. It was this river that they believed brought everything that brought everything that you needed. And if you had too much, you put it in the river and it took it to people that needed it. I mean, it was an incredible analogy on money. And I just feel like, I mean, look at this. This is a narwhal and there's a river in this. This is about getting in flow with all your spiritual brothers and sisters out there. And stop being fearful and stop holding on so tight to the earth's idea of money and budgeting and what being responsible and stuff is. Because these 3 cards, which, weren't really part of the reading, but the 9 of Pentacles is a person that is completely financially stable, independent, secure. This is the dream, right? This is the goal. Is to be completely independent and stable and have your bills paid and have money in the bank. And then we've got the Queen of Cups coming back a second time. Love is always going to be the answer. Cups over Pentacles every single time. And then if you can master this stuff here, the World has come out at the end of this reading. The World. It's a new cycle. There's a new life waiting to begin for you. This is not easy. And I get that. And it's scary because it's your money. It's the roof over your head. It's, the food on your table. I get it. And I don't take this for granted at all, or how difficult this can be in some people's lives. I have stories I could tell you about where I've been, what I've gone through, and where I am now. And what I will tell you without doubt is that where I am right now is the best I've ever been. I do not worry about money anymore. And it's not because I have more of it. It's just because I've learned to tap into that energy and that manifestation, and things come to me as I need them. And if it doesn't come to me, I end up not needing it. Doors open up for me that never opened up for me in the past. And the amount of peace that I have in my life versus the amount of chaos I used to have in my life around this subject is worth its weight in gold. I'm going to end the reading on that. I hope this made some sense. I know I was a little bit all over the place. I hope this made sense to you. Before we go, I'm going to give you a little bit of citrine energy, which is, some manifestation, particularly if you have like any kind of like small shop, an Etsy shop, anything like that. I want to take a deep breath and stare into the citrine for just a minute. Really trust God and just put your heart out there. You know what? You work hard. You are a beautiful soul. You're not out there trying to scam people and, get ahead by cutting corners or anything like that. I know you. I feel you. You want to do the right thing. This Justice card, this is a Libra card. This is me. I get it. Fairness and doing what's right. That's important to you. But the game is rigged on this planet when it comes to money. And in my experience, I didn't find a way out of that awful until I rose above it and did things differently and odd sometimes. Because sometimes, my guides will tell me, take your family out to dinner and don't pay the cable bill. That seems like a bit of a crazy thing to do, but if I do that, money comes in immediately and I can pay the cable bill as well. So look in your life for things like that. But what I want to do is start this path with you all. And we can talk about a lot of things. And once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can even do some lives, back and forth chats. Remember that I am not a legal or financial advisor. So don't take anything here as official legal or financial advice. This is just me sharing my piece of the elephant. If you don't know what that means, Google the blind men and the elephant. And hoping that it blesses you. I share it in love with the best of intentions and the best energy that I can bring together to send to you. Like I said, I think that this is it. This is your reading. I'm sending you all love and comfort. I can see you with like a blanket wrapped around you on a cold night. This is all going to be okay. And I will see you on the next reading.